Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Sims 4 Covenant Legacy Challenge. My name is Ronald December, and this is episode 28. So we are currently in the council room, you all, as the Queen Orlin is calling for a mandatory council meeting after receiving news from the Kingdom of Bourbon that they have declared war upon the Kingdom of Sirius. So it is official, guys. We are going to war. And right now, Queen Orlin is telling her council about what is happening. They are all very, I would say that they are all pretty scared right now. I would say not that fearful, but like this is what they've dreaded for a very long time, a war with one of these kings. And it has finally come on their doorstep after many years. They thought that maybe it would it wouldn't happen because it has been years. Um, it's been years since it did happen. I mean, it's been years since like this threat of the kings would come around, but they never did. You know, the queen had many children. Um, the children got older, and they are starting to get prepared to get married. So Queen Orlin just never assumed. Well, I wouldn't say Queen Orlin, but I feel like a lot of the ladies kind of got comfortable and didn't really realize that war was here. So, um, yeah. So the queen right now has Lady Giselle. She has everybody here that's a part of the council, including the crown princess and heir, Princess Elodie here. So she made sure she made Elodie a part of this discussion. And so, something I do want to discuss here is that I feel as if Giselle. Well, before we even get into that, um I feel like the reason why I feel like the reason why the Kingdom of Bourbon have declared war upon Queen Orlin, guys, it is mainly because they have seen that they've seen that Queen Orlin has essentially created an alliance, and they are trying to knock her down before she can gain more power. So, do you know these foreign realms, they've already been in fear of Orlin gaining power, and I'm pretty sure there's like other kingdoms around that we haven't even seen. Um, but definitely the two kingdoms that are heavily male dominated. Um, apart from the kingdom of Hollow, they are very much in fear of um Queen Orlin. They are in fear of what is to come with her, and her making this alliance with very powerful vampires. I think has frightened the King of Bourbon, and he's always seen Orlin and her followers, her people, these people as foreigners because they're not from this planet, and she said as such. And so the King of Bourbon has definitely gone ahead and declared war. And I feel as if this has infuriated Giselle so much because they now know the reason why the Kingdom of Bourbon is going to war. King Antoine of Bourbon is going to war with them is because of this decision of marrying Elodie off to Victor, of her creating an alliance. Well, it's not the full reason, but it is part of the reason why these kings are now this king in particular is declaring war upon the queen. And I think Giselle here, she is going to yell at Our Lady Hand here, arguments, argue about politics. So she is definitely going to look down on um Our Lady Hand here, and she's going to be like, if it wasn't for if it wasn't for Audra's if it wasn't for Audra's influence, this marriage would have never even happened and stuff like that. But then I think the queen would counteract this insolence, and she would yell at Audra, and she would be like, it's not Audra's fault. It's not Audra's fault. I am the one who arranged the marriage. Audra was the one who tried to counsel me against it. But Giselle, she wouldn't want to hear any of that. She dislikes Audra, and she's blaming this all on her. But the queen is going. Audra's like, I didn't do anything. But the queen is going to come back, and counteract this argument, and she's going to go ahead and put Giselle in her place, and she's going to tell her, "No, I I am the one who arranged this marriage. I did it for the good of Sirius to ensure that we would have a powerful alliance after I pass. I am not going to be here for much longer, and I do not wish to use spells to keep me here for an eternity. I wish to give my crown up to my daughter when my time does come, and I want to make sure she has a powerful alliance on her side. And with that being said, Victor will hopefully protect her during her reign and the kingdom of Hollow with him." And so she's going to tell this all to to Lady Giselle here. And something that the queen did not do, she decided not to bring her other daughters along in this council room. Usually she might have Artemis or even Deianira in here, but she decided to leave them out of this council because I feel like this is more of a big deal thing. And yes, she wants to make sure that her daughters are educated in the ways of politics. Audra is so fed up. She is so fed up with Lady Giselle. But yeah, she does want to make sure that her daughters are educated. All of her daughters are educated in the ways of politics. But this is more so for queens, and she is training, of course, Elodie to be our future queen here. And so I feel she made sure that her daughters were left out of the council room. But as we all know, Artemis, she has a tongue, well, a taste for politics, guys, and she has gotten her sister Deianira. She's gotten them all out here, and they're trying to listen in on what the conversation is about. She's gotten all of the younger sisters that have come over here trying to eavesdrop on what is happening, because as we all know, there's many of these little windows around the castle. So the princesses are definitely trying to listen in. Artemis and Deianira, they are. The reason why I feel like, well, I feel like they would listen in, especially Artemis, as we all know, because she does. I feel like Artemis, she just kind of feels like she's always in the shadow of her older sister, Princess Elodie, and she hates that because she feels as if she is much capable as Elodie. She loves Elodie very much, but she hates that she is never going to get the chance to become queen in her eyes. It's very it's a sad thing. I don't think she's going to go against her sister, at least not yet. But I am steering her story in the direction in case it does happen. Because as we all know, she has that overachiever trait, which is a dangerous trait. And we won't know. Oh my gosh, she ages up in 4 days. We will not know, um, basically her next trait until basically her birthday. And if she has another dangerous trait, then she is going to be on the path of trying to basically see if she can one day become queen, which is going to be interesting. And by the end of the queen's reign, we are going to go ahead and count the points that she has with other ladies. We're going to have her influence points be a thing. But at the time being, Artemis is loyal, though she does praise being the heiress. She is not going to go against her older sister Artemis and her mother's intentions on making Ella be the next heiress, as she is the elder. And Deianira, though she is the third born princess, I don't think that she necessarily um I don't think that she I don't think that she wants what her older sisters have. They are closer in the line of succession than she is. But I do think that she is prepared to take the throne if any, like, I think that she's a politician as well. She is trying to make alliances herself. And she is the daughter. She's very much trying to make sure that she is strong in her resolve as well. And I feel like Artemis made sure that she brought Deianira along. Um so that that's so that she wouldn't get in trouble in case he got caught. So they're just being sisters here, and Deianira and Artemis are trying to listen in because they were not invited in on the council, and it just brought little Celestia along, for the sake of it. Even though Artemis, I feel like Deianira really brought her along. Artemis doesn't really care much for Celestia because they are always arguing. I feel like she loves her sister, but they are very distant, the two of them. So, um, yes, the queen is right now putting Giselle in her place because she is sick and tired of all of this, and they are currently arguing right now, and the queen is telling her, "No, it is my doings, and now we have to go to war." because people cannot stand the sight of us ruling over this kingdom. So yes, the queen she's held this mandatory meeting. This is what she's going to start sending armies out, and I'm pretty sure Bourbon is going to start sending armies out. We are going to roll tomorrow on Wednesday on a mandatory training day, which they will be exercising and trying to get their magical prowess in. Tomorrow is going to be the first day. We basically will send armies out, and we are going to roll to see how the first battle will go. And I think that we are going to send the queen into battle, guys. I don't think that she's going to sit behind these walls. Um, she was a warrior queen. She conquered these lands on her own. She is going to go to battle, and she's going to leave a regent in her stead. So she's going to tell her ladies here. So she's not going to hold back on this. She is going to tell them. Oh, that's kind of cool. Inquire about citizens' well-being. She's going to tell them that she is going to go off to war. Um, I'm just gonna do a small apology to Lady Giselle because they are good friends. And discuss logic puzzles. And she's going to tell basically her, execute your own daughter. My God. Um, but yeah, she's going to tell her daughter here. And I feel like all of the ladies will discourage the queen from going because she is the queen, of course. Like they don't want her to be in danger. But the queen would insist. She's going to tell them all that war is a necessity, and I must prove my strength as queen. And so I will go off into war, and in my stead, I will leave a regent. Now, when she does go off into war, guys, there will be a chance she can die. So, our queen can die in battle, but I highly doubt that she will. I'm only sending her off into battle because it's in her character to go off into battle, considering she did conquer these lands. I feel like she's going to hold back. And I feel like she's gonna take Giselle with her in this battle. So her and Giselle both are going to go off. She is going to kind of end this argument with Giselle, and she's going to be like, "We must, we must stick together, Giselle. Though we are currently feuding with another kingdom, we are in discourse right now. You believe one thing, and the other council members believe one thing. We must stay together as witches, as demigods, as the goddess would want us to, as the sun and the moon, as Luna and Sol, as the saints and the passage ones would want us to, as the angels would want us to, as many of their deities, all these deities they have. But yes, she would say all these things, and she would tell Giselle that they are in need of sticking together as witches. They should not be divided, and that she will want Giselle to come off into war with them. So I feel like Elodie would be very averse to this, and she would plead to her mother and ask her to stay, act tough. Oh no 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 no, that's mean. That's a mean action. But she would try to plead to her mother and ask her to stay. But Elodie is going to tell her daughter that um she wishes for her to be regent. So while Elodie is off at while the queen is off at war with Giselle as they are in battle, um they the queen is going to leave the queendom in the hands of Princess Elodie. She's going to be ruling as Princess Regent, and she's going to have the council of Lady Audra, Lady Clara, and Lady Reagan, and of course the Lady Han is going to be here to counsel her. But the queen is leaving a teenage girl. She's leaving her teenage daughter, her young daughter. Um, she's very close to becoming an adult. So she is trying to make sure that Elodie is set up in ruling, and so she is going to leave the queendom in the hands of her. But she's going to entrust that Lady Giselle guides her daughter in rule. And I think that this is like a dream come true. Do not do that. I feel like this is a dream come true for Artemis, not Artemis, Audra, because she would see this as an opportunity to get closer to Princess Elodie. And they have gotten a little close after the ball, and her congratulating her on concubines. But I feel like Audra is going to make sure that she's going to try to make sure that she does get closer to the princess and guide her short-term rule, while her mother and Giselle are off at war. Because then Giselle and Elodie will get separated, and she won't be in the influence of Giselle, basically. But guys, I really do feel as if Giselle is very much sick and tired of Audra. First she's gotten back in a good graces with the queen. Then her son isn't able to become the concubine to Princess Elodie, and now she's being sent off into war, and she's going to be helping guide the princess regent, basically, while the queen and her are off are away. And Giselle sees what is going on, and she's very disgusted in this manner, but she can't really do much about it. So she's forced to she's forced to listen to the queen. So yeah, that is what's going on right now in the council room, guys. A lot of drama is ensuing currently, and the princess is going to be our regent. So after hearing that her mother is coming out the throne room, I feel Artemis is going to hurry to come quickly run out of there, as well as all of the other princesses. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and have you, my darling, come practice. Actually, let's get you to practice your magical abilities. Come out here and experiment a bit. And Princess Celestia can come over here and use the restroom. So hurry up and leave before your mother leaves the council room. So yeah, guys, that's basically what is going on. So one thing I do want to do, guys, I do want to get the two gatherings to start, which is the spy network. So hopefully, they will do their jobs, and also I'm going to call over House Crescent, because I do want Lady Giselle to spend time with her own children today. So that is what's going to happen. She's going to leave Giselle behind, and she's going to give Audra a look of make sure you keep an eye on Giselle. So let me turn on headline effects, guys. It's so crazy that we are going to war officially. So before we do leave off this episode, guys, I am going to make sure that we do get the first battle started. And we're going to kind of swear in Princess Elodie as our regent, and she's going to sit upon a throne, um, and look over to her sisters. Actually, let me come in build mode right quick and put this tree inside our inventory. Because Christmas is over. Well, no, the day of the goddess is over. It's not really Christmas. Anyway, I think that let's see. Hmm. You're getting hungry already? You just ate like a little bit ago. Oh my god, y'all hunkers go by so fast. This has a little bit left, so let's get you to come eat over here. Um, but Ardra, let's see. Come on, my love. Let's see if your family has come. They have. And what about the spies? Lock camera. Okay, so he's just over here playing chess apparently. And Vildis. So their names are Vildis and Kel. His name is Kel of Oric and Vildis of Greenfield. So these are the men that are loyal to House Crescent. He's a pretty handsome sim, I might add. I think that we are gonna get Audra. Let's see if Giselle's around. I think Audra's gonna come over here and welcome him to court very quickly. So hurry up and do this before Lady Giselle does. See, she's not going in the same direction as Audra. Good, yeah, good. So I don't want Giselle to see because that'll make I mean, we're gonna have to put it in the story if she does see. She's going to realize that Audra has spies. So Audra's gonna come over here and welcome Kel to court, and she's going to make sure she tells him to be wary. And make sure you keep an eye on Audra wherever she may be. Oh, and there goes Vilvis. So I wonder what he's going to go do. Is he going to go? Oh, he's about to cross paths with Giselle. This is not suspicious, guys, because as I've said before, we are pretending like these guys are servants. So Giselle is just walking past the servant, but I'm pretty sure he is keeping an eye on our lady here. He's definitely keeping an eye on her. Well, I want to make sure that our Audra is not talking to him. We're gonna get her to come sit over here with her family because I do want them to spend time together wherever her children or family may be. Let me come over here to family. He's not here, but I'm pretty sure Marcella must be around. That's why. Oh no, Douglas, Elaine. Oh, it's Elaine. So her daughter Elaine is here, but the other children are not. Hmm, that's interesting. Hopefully her husband does come. I do want Joff to come because I want her to spend a little bit of time with him. I am gonna call over Marcella because she definitely wants to spend time with Marcella. She wants to cloud gaze with her, so let's try to get that done. But she does have her son Douglas and Elaine here, her daughter, the twins, Douglas and Elaine. That is so crazy how both the Queen and Audra have twins. It was like they were meant to be friends. So yeah, this is Elaine Crescent and Douglas Crescent. I don't know if Douglas is gonna come, but hopefully he does. I don't see. Oh, but he has come. So Joff is this way. So hopefully he does come up here. Let's try to get them to sit together again. And what is that? What does that say? Lifestyle lost. Queen Orlan has lost her single and loving it lifestyle. She will have to work hard if she wants it back. Then again, maybe it's time to try something new. So the queen is no longer like she is no longer. Oh, I'm good. Oh yeah, guys. Also, something that I did do off screen like a while back. Lady Edgona no longer lives in the castle. She has actually gone over to her own home. So she no longer lives in the Moon Apartments. Oh wait, this would be considered something else. I don't really remember. Um, but she has moved back over to the Newcastle Star Hall, her own castle, because she no longer takes care of children. She's no longer a the queen is done having kids unless she gets pregnant again. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Wonder where is Giselle? Oh, so he's definitely keeping an eye on Giselle, guys. He is watching our Lady Knight. He's doing his job. Vildis is doing his job for real, which I love to see. I love to see that. Um, Anyway, we're gonna come back over here to Lady Audra, as we continue to try to get her to spend time with her children. What happened to them? Elena looks like she's leaving. She is. Crazy work. Didn't even get to spend time with her mother for real. Let's try to invite over Marcella again. But at least you guys got to see how Marcella looks. This is what is so annoying to me, guys. Like the groups form and then look, they're just leaving. They're leaving. What was even the reason? Like, why even come if you're just gonna leave? Like, it's so annoying to me. It is truly annoying. Oh, and Princess um Dionira is coming over here to ask um to be asked some advice by Princess Dionira. Audra is being asked advice by Princess Dionira. That's interesting. Okay. I would like to adult now. I feel like I'm old enough now that I should be allowed to go anywhere I want to do whatever I want. Can you treat me like an adult, please? Um, not until you're grown more. Okay, so Audra, she's gonna go over here. Canoodle? Oh, I want to see what this means. She's gonna go ahead and canoodle with her husband apparently, and she's gonna go ahead and oh, okay, that's cute. Uh, she's gonna then go ahead and embrace him, and then she can go ahead and court her husband. So she has not seen Joff in a while, but she has missed her husband for quite a bit. Also, something that I do want to discuss, guys. So off screen, something has been happening between Princess Elodie and Dionira. So just like Artemis and Celestia have been kind of arguing, Dionira and Elodie have also been arguing for some apparent reason. I do not know why, but it is on Dionira's part. Um, I mean, if you guys have any ideas on why they could be arguing, I'm trying to make reason as to why they could be arguing. But let me see. Where is her sister, Dionera? Look, Elodie's hurt about Dionera, and I don't know what that could be. Like, why is Dionera hurt by her? Why is Elodie hurt by her younger sister, Dionera? Like, what could have happened between the two of them for her to be hurt? It's very, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, mm, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Maybe it's just like a sibling argument. Things like that happen. So I would like to know why they would be arguing. I mean, if you guys can give me any um reasons, that would be very grateful. But like, I don't understand. I really wouldn't know what they would be arguing for. I'm gonna go ahead and get her to serve because I do not feel like getting a butler to cook. So I'm just gonna get them to serve so that they can go ahead and cook. So that she could just get some quick meals or something like that. But Audra is over here spending time with her husband because they don't get to spend time very often. Um, Elodie has also arrived in here. Let's get you to embrace him and talk about your relationship fears with him. He has come to court to visit his wife, and probably congratulate. Oh wow, and probably congratulate her on getting their son to basically become the future consort to um basically to Princess Elodie. And then I'm gonna come over here before I do anything with her father. I'm gonna get her to come over here and ask to cloud gaze with her daughter because she's been wanting to spend time with Marcella. So let's go ahead and get her to do that. Marcella, let's come over here to Marcella. Deep thought, ask the cloud gaze. So go ahead and ask the cloud gaze with your daughter here. Um, and yeah. So I think that in a little bit, guys, I am gonna go ahead and cut. Um, After I get this whole situation situated with Lady Audra's family, like I'm getting her to spend a little bit of time with her daughter and her husband here, her eldest daughter and her husband. After I do this, I am gonna go ahead and cut. By 8 o'clock tomorrow is when the war will officially start. And we will basically be rolling to see how it would. Well, we will send the queen off, and by 8 o'clock, she's gonna leave by 8 o'clock a.m. But by that nighttime, 8 o'clock p.m. is when we will roll to see how the battle will go, and also roll to see if Giselle and Queen Orlin will pass in that. But they are gonna go outside to go ahead and stargaze. Marcella is so pretty, guys, and I was so wrong about her aging up soon. Oh wait, she does age up actually soon. Basically tomorrow. But I don't think that we should have the wedding until after the war. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I have the hiccups. I always have the hiccups for some reason. It's probably because I drink a lot of water. But yeah, um, I don't know. I don't know if I want to have it after the war. Maybe after the queen comes back from her quick. Oh, it's snowing a little bit. Maybe after the queen comes back from her first battle, the queen will host a small war. I mean, a small wedding for the prince and Lady Marcella. So that oh, she's reached the level 7 at parenting skill. Oh no 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 no! Come back over here and spend some time with your daughter because it did not go through. So come over here and act the cloud gaze with Marcella. But yeah, maybe like a quick wedding between the two of them. Oh, and there goes little Douglas, guys. So this is Douglas, the second born son of Lady Audra. So he's definitely gonna be married one day to one of these noble ladies. But we're gonna have to see. Because a lot of the men have been taken by Elodie. I might age up some of the boys a little bit early so that they won't be too far apart in age from our ladies. I don't really care for their age as much. I'm not gonna lie. So I might age up their ages a little bit earlier than the rest. Okay, so now that has actually gone through, I'm gonna come over here to Ja, and he's in here. And we're gonna go ahead and get them. I'm gonna come up to Audra's chambers. Oh, she's actually in the tower. So I don't know if I even showed you guys this, but I did edit um her household a little bit. I mean her part of the household a little bit. I don't remember what used to be here. Oh, she used to have to come through this hallway to get to her chambers, and she would come through this door here. But instead, I made it to where she goes through this hallway, which leads out to the dining room and leads into here, and she goes up this staircase, which then leads into two parts of her tower, her bathroom tower and her alchemy parts of the tower and her bedchamber. So once that does happen, I'm going to, is this a, no. Okay, so unlock the specific sim, allow access to club House Crescent members, and then I'm gonna get her to come over here and woohoo with Lord Ja. Let me see if she has any wants for her husband while I am here. Let's see. This can be very tedious. She wants to become friends with Lady Reagan. And I'll just leave it alone. She doesn't have any wants for him. Um, I'm thinking about making this a 40-minute a 40-minute episode because it was gonna be a 35, but maybe a 40 minute episode. So let's hurry up and get them to her chambers. Where's Joff? Joff, where are you? Is he upstairs? He is. So she's gonna go ahead and ask him to woo because she does not get to go ahead and spend enough time with her husband. So she's probably been missing intimacy with him very dearly. Their family has come to court. I did see Thomas in the distance. He's right over here talking to Douglas. Let's have the Princess Elodie go ahead and um discuss your newly arranged marriage with him and greet Douglas as well. Let's get all of the princesses to come over here and greet him. That'll be nice. So come over here and greet Douglas. So you guys can go ahead and do that. And we are watching as Audra goes off to her husband. So let me go ahead and speed this up. So we won't be all day waiting on them. I like this though. I like it a lot better from what it was beforehand. What is this? Don't miss significant other for 6 hours. Ooh. Is she a jealous sim? Yeah, that's probably why. So they're gonna go ahead and woohoo together. Very romantical. They don't get to spend a lot of time together. Um, maybe we can even invite him to spend the night. So he might sleep over tonight. I might actually get that to be an interaction between the two of them. So let's see. Has the princesses met Douglas? Celestia is definitely going out there to. Oh no, she's coming out here to play with Moon. She likes to play with Moon. I'll tell you that much. Uh-oh, is the princess? See, I've been seeing this. It happened with Artemis, but she never got sick. Like they're starting to get sick. I don't know. Feeling hurt. Oh, who hurt her? Oh, Deianira. That makes sense. That makes total sense. So she can like hire energy sims. Oh, and Thomas is over here talking to the princess. So he's over here spending time as his family's at court with the princess's concubine. Actually, I should be trying to move them inside of the harem right now because he should be here. I'm going to probably end up moving all of Elodie's newfound concubines inside of the harem, and they won't be leaving that harem until they actually Elodie moves out. So let's see. Let me come back over to Audra, and then I'm gonna come over here and let's see, invite him to stay the night, and then talk over her relationship fears with him. So she's gonna go ahead and invite him to stay the night. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and end the gathering. But come on, you got this. Come on, come on. Don't fail me now, Audra. You got this. Okay, let's invite him to stay the night. Marcella is leaving. She's just going. She's only going to the Moon Apartments.
Soy
So she's
brew.
gonna go ahead
Oh,
and
tell.
invite Josh to stay
Oh.
the night. He can leave in the morning. Good, good. And then she's gonna go ahead and talk over her relationship fears with him. And he's reassuring his wife, "Be calm." Anyway, guys, I'll see you in a bit in the morning when um basically they see the Queen and Lady Giselle off into war. So we probably won't get to see that actually happen. But basically we're gonna see LOB be sworn in as a regent. So yeah, I will see you all in the morning. Um, as we go ahead and cut on Lady Audra and Lord Ja. Okay, guys, we are back, and we are currently here with Princess Elodie, our Princess Regent, and our Lady Hand, Lady Audra. So we rarely ever get to see these guys on the thrones. I thought this was like a perfect opportunity to place Princess Elodie as our new regent upon the throne here. So as you all can see, Queen Orlin and Lady Giselle are well. As you can see now, they're not at court. I actually did record a segment of the episode that um got corrupted, so I had to delete it. I had to delete it. It really drained me, and it made me not want to play the game a little bit. But I came back because I was just like, I want to get our episode out today or sometime today. So today is currently like it's like 10:37 on Friday. So I do want to try to get an episode out at least by midnight or something like that. So I want to discuss like the feelings that were going on while Queen Orlin was leaving and stuff like that. So before Queen Orlin left, she what's this? Oh, so she's gotten a sentiment from Melody. So yeah, before Queen Orlin left, I had her in her armor as well as Giselle. They were up in here with the concubines as along with the concubines, we had the Queen's sons in here, and we had Lady Giselle's family all up in here. Everybody was in here that was like anybody who was leaving, their closest people were in here in this very room. Um, I'm actually gonna call over Soren because I feel like Soren, I might actually and like move him inside the house temporarily. Oh, this is Lady Audra. I think I'm gonna move him inside the house temporarily. He's over here actually. Let me just go ahead and add him to the house. So while Queen Orlin is away, I feel like I didn't even say this in the segment, but I do feel like she probably made sure that her concubine here, Soren, was going to look after Elodie and the rest of his children while she was away. But she also entrusted that to we can go ahead and get him to I don't know. He can come over here and practice the piano or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn back on autonomy. I'm gonna put it back on full. I'm gonna let these ladies kind of walk around and whatnot. But before the queen did leave, she said goodbye to her sons, her concubines, and she also said goodbye to her daughters, as well as her council members. And Giselle did the same thing with her children. They all hugged, and it was, it was a nice time in here. And they, left. Queen Orlin took her horse with her. She's gonna ride. She's gonna ride Moon off into battle, I guess. Um, but by tonight, we are gonna know how the battle will go. Now, I don't think that I'm going to. I don't think that I will have I don't think that I'm gonna have a long episode where we're gonna see the battle. I think that I might actually just do that next episode, tell you how the battle will go. Um, and I don't know if I'm gonna have the queen be in the battle for like 2 days or a day or two. I'm gonna see how that's gonna go. So anyway, yes, before the queen did leave, trying to get back to the story here, she did entrust Audra to watch over her daughter Elodie. As a lady hand, of course, she is, you know, her job is to guide the future ruler and also guide the queen. She's the queen's most closest advisor, and she's going to advise the princess regent here, the future queen of our realm. And she basically told Audra to make sure you watch over Princess Elodie as if she was her own daughter, considering Elodie might actually be the next. I mean, Elodie could become queen, guys. Queen Orlin could die in battle. So like this is basically a life or death situation. So she basically she entrusted her daughter to Audra, and asked her to help guide Elodie in her rule as regent until she comes back, God is willing. Um, I'm hoping that Queen Orlin does not pass away, guys, because I have plans for her. I do. I have plans in a storyline for Queen Orlin. Um, But yes, she entrusted her daughter to Audra, and Audra swore to the goddess, the saints, and the passage ones, and the angels that she would watch over her daughter, and she would treat Elodie as her own. And I feel like Audra, in her mind, this is the perfect opportunity to kind of put her own ideals onto Elodie and influence her while Giselle is gone. Because as we all know, Princess Elodie, she is much closer to her aunt Giselle than she is to Lady Audra. And Audra is going to try to take this opportunity to get closer to the princess um while Giselle is off these couple months or probably years. So I don't know how long they're gonna be off in battle, but she's definitely going to go ahead and make sure she's counseling the princess here, trying to make sure she gets closer to her and teaching her the ropes and kind of trying to distance herself, trying to get the princess to distance herself away from Giselle. Not obviously, but subtly. Um, but yes, her sisters. Oh, look at these two arguing. They're arguing, guys. This has been happening a lot. Be yelled at. Okay, so I do want to say something, guys. What's this? Let me come over here. Oh my god. Okay, so something. Okay, so do you guys remember when I had the princesses over here eavesdropping on the conversation, um, with you know, with the queen and Princess Deianira? I mean, Princess Elodie. She was over here eavesdropping and everything, and I did not know the reason why Artemis would. I was trying to figure out why was Princess Artemis hurt by Deianira for a while. Like, what could have happened to where she would have the sentiment of being hurt by her sister? And so in my mind, I've came up with this storyline that's dealing with this. So I feel as if Artemis, guys, she's right now talking to Celestia. Artemis is just She is just like so bossy. She's such a bossy sister. She's going to cook mac and cheese inside her sister's room. No, ma'am. Let's get you to stop that. So something that did happen off. Yeah, you already know. I just said that. So basically, um, I mean Princess Elodie here. What is this? She's going to go ahead and look at the telescope. She also. Oh my god, we have to pay the bills. She also wants to chat with Mr. What's his boy name? What is his name? Lamont. No, Cyrus. She wants to chat with Cyrus. Let's get the princess to go ahead. No, not experiment. Let's get you to play some chess outside because you never really do. I'm gonna come over here and get Lady Reagan to come pay the bills because that is her job as the lady stewardess. So she can go ahead and stop what she's doing and pay those bills. And I think Audra here, she's gonna join the princess in this chess brigade. She's gonna go ahead and play some chess with the princess. She's over here trying to counsel her in ruling. Also, guys, the princess has gotten word before I even get into the situation regarding. Oh wait, I'm gonna get Princess Deianira here to hug her father. So go ahead and do that, princess. Before I do get into the whole Deianira and Artemis situation, something the king of Hollow and Prince Victor, they are coming to court next episode because they are going to discuss war planning with Princess Di. I keep getting Deianira and Elodie's name confused for some apparent reason, but she's gonna be discussing war plans with the King of Hollow, and Victor's gonna come because he's her betrothed. So like he's just bringing him along for the sake of it. But yes, the Kingdom of Hollow is gonna come, and this is gonna be at the behest of Queen Orlin. I just wanted to put that out there. So we are gonna be seeing Victor next episode, guys, and the princess is gonna have to she's gonna have to do some explaining to her betrothed about why she didn't come to her concubine ball. So other than that, let's get back to the story of Deianira and Artemis. So as we all know, Deianira right here, guys, she is a perfectionist and she's also neat. Now, Deianira, guys, she has her sisters, of course, but I do feel as if she is somewhat on her own when it comes to a lot of stuff because she is the only child to Joel Odina. She is the only child to Joel. Um, she has no full siblings. I mean, and of course the queen. Of course, they treat their sisters as if they are, they are all pretty close. Even Deianira is close. I'm pretty sure to some of her brothers. She's like very close with Orin. She's very very close with Orin. So Orin is like her favorite sibling at the moment. But yeah, it's like she's kind of on her own. And as we all know, once the princesses reach, their influences are technically starting now, but I haven't worked out the whole system. But I haven't worked out the whole system, and I'm gonna definitely go ahead and set that up as soon as the princesses, more likely, are Elodie becomes an adult, as well as Artemis, because they're twins. Um, yeah, that is her friend. So basically, guys, I just feel as if Princess Deianira, she is very much kind of trying to make sure that her image is at par. Just like Artemis is, but I feel like Artemis comes from an insecure place. Like she loves her sister, of course. She loves her sister Elodie, but I feel like she is somewhat jealous of the fact that she herself is never going to get the chance to become queen. You know, she's not gonna never get a chance to become a queen. I mean, at least not naturally. She's not the firstborn princess. She's the secondborn princess, and I feel like it eats at her soul, because she is a twin. But yeah, I feel like it does eat at her because she's a twin. She was born probably minutes or seconds after her sister, uh, Elodie was born, and she is essentially not eligible to become queen, because she's not the firstborn daughter. So she is kind of stuck in this limbo, but at the same time, she is very much in a position to become queen because of her position of being second in line to the throne. So she's kind of in this limbo here, and then she's an overachiever, and because she is the daughter of Queen Orlin and the daughter of also Soren, I feel like he's gonna come over here and say hello to his daughter, hug her, because he doesn't. This father does not get to spend enough time with his children at all. So let's go ahead and get him to hug. Yeah, he can like the piano. Let's get him to hug um Artemis because this is his daughter. And when we do move to Moonstone Castle, we are going to be playing with Soren, because he's going to be at court with his eldest daughter Elodie, guiding her rule. Um, but she is kind of always trying to make sure her image is, up to par with Elodie's, and it matters more to her because she is not the firstborn daughter. She's the secondborn, a spare to her mother's queendom. What is this? Tell dramatic story. Oh, okay. Um, impersonate family members. She probably is going to impersonate Artemis and tell. She's probably telling her father about the things that Artemis is doing, and maybe Joel is trying to counsel his daughter here. But I love this little dynamic. Out of all the children at the moment, Dynera has the closest relationship with her father. He's a very attentive father, I feel. But Artemis is she's very much trying to have this image of perfection with her. She is the daughter of the first favorite. I mean, he was a favorite for a very long time, and she probably even still calls her father the favorite. When we all know now, it has shifted to Matthias, but she kind of feels threatened by her younger sibling, and I think the reason why maybe Artemis and Deianira got into an argument is because Artemis, she's going through a mean streak right now. Um, she's an overachiever. She's also going through a mean streak. She brought her sisters along to that council meeting, and in hopes of her not getting the full blame in case they got caught. And I think that Dioneira, she's a lot. No, I wouldn't say that younger. Right now I feel like Artemis and Elodie are like 17. They're about to be 18 maybe, or they could be 16. And maybe Dioneira is like 14 or 1 year behind him or something like that. I can see that being the case. I feel like Dioneira is very intelligent. She's a perfectionist, and she's also watched her older sisters on council meetings, and she's also been into some. I get this sense of intelligence from Dioneira, and I feel as if she picked up on what her sister Artemis was doing, trying to basically ensure that she would not get the full blame in case they were caught, by their mother or some sort. And Dioneira, I feel like she's very respectable, and she wants to, of course, keep her image up to par. She is not, she doesn't have full siblings. She loves her siblings like they are her full siblings, but these fathers, they are probably having influence apart from their daughters. Like, and what I mean by that is like, I feel like these fathers are feuding behind closed doors. Not, I wouldn't say fully feuding, but they are definitely like, my daughter's better than your daughter, and my daughter's going to become queen, and your daughter's not going to become queen. It's like that type of petty stuff. And we all know that Joel, he was very possessive over Queen. He's somewhat possessive over Queen Orlin, and I feel like Soren is as well. And I feel like Soren and Joel, they probably don't get along very much. So I could definitely see, like, the fathers also maybe putting a wedge between the daughters. Like maybe Soren is telling, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that he would do that because I really haven't seen that side of Soren. But I do get this sense that the fathers, maybe Artemis can pick up on it or something like that. The whole point of the story, guys, is not about the fathers feuding. Because we really don't know what the fathers do behind closed doors. I just have the feeling that maybe Joel and Soren kind of feud behind closed doors. I just get that feeling from the both of them. The whole point of this is because I feel as if Dynira called Artemis out on what she was doing, and oh, look at Joel, he's coming over here to talk to his daughter. I just love him, like he is such a good person. I wish he would have had more children with the queen, but as we all know, Soren and Matthias had that together, and Soren is definitely number one when it comes to the queen's highest number of children. But I do feel as if maybe yeah, Dioneira called Artemis out on it, and she probably said that she felt it was disrespectful for her to be eavesdropping on a conversation that their mother did not want them to be eavesdropping on. Their mother purposely did not bring them to that council meeting on purpose. Maybe it was because she didn't want to make her daughters frightened, with the thought of war and as more of Elodie's burden to bear, you know. And though Dioneira listened to see what was going on, she definitely did pick up on what Artemis was doing. The sisters were all being somewhat sneaky, but I do feel as if Artemis was being the most sneaky, and Dioneira did not like that because Dioneira has an image to protect. She's a third born princess. She doesn't have much power. She's not going to get land like her other sisters will. Artemis and um Artemis and Elodie, she's not going to become the princess neither of Moonstone or Sunstone. And so she's kind of in this space of like, I'm not going to be potential queen. I mean, everybody, all of these daughters have the potential to become queen one day. But I feel like she's thinking like, I'm not going to become queen one day. Because she has two older sisters. Like it's not in her mind that she's going to become queen. So she's doing everything in her power to make sure she's protecting her image in case she does become queen. And also, she doesn't want to anger her. She doesn't want to anger her mother nor her elder sister Elodie because why is Audra not playing chess with Princess Elodie? That's interesting. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, maybe they're going to. Okay, we can do this. Let's get. Actually, I might just say this for the next episode, guys, because it is running on pretty long. I am still trying to keep the episodes at least 30 to 50 minutes long. But um, yeah, I just feel like Dynera, she wants to protect her image as princess. Um, she knows that she is not going to become queen one day, maybe landed if her sister so chooses, if she does become queen one day and so chooses to, grant her lands of her own. But for the most part, Deianira is basically subjected to being a third born princess. And she's trying to make sure that her image is very much protected, and she's going to do that by any means possible. I feel, and she feels as if Artemis is putting a nudge into her plans. Basically, I wouldn't say a nudge, but she's very much she's very much not thinking about Deianira anymore, and I don't think that Deianira really appreciates that very much. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I feel like Deianira, she's a very respectable daughter of the queen. She tries to keep the peace. Maybe she's like a mediator between the sisters and her mother. Oh, okay, that's good. But yeah, she doesn't have a bad relationship with her mother. She's kind of like very mediocre with her mother when it comes to how they feel. And Queen Orlin is very adoring about Deianira. So I do feel like there's this sense of closeness between her mother and her. But of course, as we know, they're not very close. There's a sense of closeness. And as we all know, Orlin does not get along with her daughters very much. So maybe she's kind of like, the middleborn, trying to make sure that peace is kept amongst the family. She is technically the middleborn because there's Elodie, Artemis, then her, then Amir, well, then Orin, then Amir, then Celestia. So she kind of is in the middle. She's kind of the middleborn child. So I can definitely see Deianira, trying to be this mediator between her mother. She's very respectable in all the senses in the word. She tries to follow the rules, and she is not going to pick up the duty of queen unless it happens naturally. And she won't be able to do that because she doesn't have any dangerous traits, and she would have to have two to even try to go against her sister. So Dynera is probably going to very much be a very well mannered sister of a queen, a princess. That's all she will ever be. Um, but anyway, guys, my name is Ronald the Simmons, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.